cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win, cause just cash is back. You better tell your friends when Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh and they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
That's a flagrant foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
Here we got another.
Yo, yo, what's good, fam?
Oh, hello.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
Yo. Howdy ho. How are y'all? How are y'all? What's good, fam? You already know what time it is. It's Flex Friday with Just Cash.
Just cash.
Woo! JC, baby. Joined with Underrated as always. How are you, sir? Coming off a nice little sweeperoo. How's that feel?
Feels good. I like this sound effect when we win. How's that feel?
Oh, it's nice. It is nice. Yesterday, we had so many different things that honestly could have been on the list as well. Talked about, AT, Copper, Mitchell, even Asia Wilson mentioned her lines being unbelievably low. But nonetheless, still came through with that first game, dropped the hammer. Shout out to Big Canada, Ryan Howard, putting in work for us. And I'm still in disbelief they did not go back and add that assist from Canada to Alicia Gray at the 7 minutes and 9 second marker. I mean, pretty blatant assist that she had, and just it never got added for whatever reason. But nonetheless, still cleared all the lines. Told y'all the 6.5 was good as well. And, Chelsea Gray, my goodness. I mean, even stayed underneath the 1.5 line. I'll be honest, I even low-key bet that because it was some sweet plus money. I don't know why in the world she was minus 180, 190 for over 1.5. But that game worked out beautifully. Shout out to Asia holding it down. I mean, putting up, a 30 bomb in her game back too. So looking healthy, looking great. And Vegas continues to roll. But yeah, hey, I had a good night. Did you have a good night? Hopefully you guys had a good night.
They did. You could tell. We had over 100 likes. That's why we all came through and had good luck, man. That's what happens when we have 100 likes.
I think so. We've been, hitting 50-50 for the last couple of days, but we were due for a big one, and we had a lot of good live bets as well. So shout out to Unrated and company in the chats. And if you're not a part of the chat, you're missing out on it. So make sure to check it out. We got links for that in the description. We got 7-day free trials for anybody new, and then week-long, month-long, and still season-long passes, which I think after the All-Star update, we'll probably update our season pass again. So be at an even more discounted rate to finish out the season. Make sure you guys don't miss out on it though, and if you haven't already, do us a huge favor, hit that like button down below. It always supports the channel, helps us grow our little community here, and fight the algorithms alike, because we were in jail for a little bit there for whatever reason, but YouTube seems to be happy with us again. So
I'm telling you,
love to see
it's because that line in the intro when I said I love YouTube. That's why, bro. We're back. They love us now. That's all we got to do. Butter them up a little bit. You know how YouTube is.
Yes,
they just
sir.
want us to say we love them. We love you, YouTube. Thank you. Thank you for letting us be in this world. You run our lives.
Yes, indeed they do. They run our schedule at least Monday through Friday, and today's no different. So without further ado, I think let's go ahead, hop into a couple plays that we got for tonight, and then just kind of talk about a few things. Honestly, feeling kind of weird about this slate. We at a first glance thought we might end up with a lot more plays, but as we talked about yesterday, the injury bug has been afloat everywhere, and players just kind of getting ruled out left and right. So been a bit weird, and I think no surprise for a couple players that are out today. Sably kind of expected to be somewhat on the more questionable side. And then Skylar Diggins, I personally do not think we will see her in a Sky uniform again, but we will see what the future holds. Trade deadline just around the corner. Don't forget, also on the 2nd of next month. So we'll be seeing a little bit of action behind the scenes here moving towards the break. And, I'm excited. I love trade deadline. No, last year wasn't exactly the biggest to do about it, but traditionally there's a lot going on.
Yeah, can Caitlin get traded, please? Can Caitlin get traded, please?
That'd be something. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Bro.
Free Caitlin already. This is ridiculous.
Yep, Indiana is in a bit of shambles, and shout out to Atlanta, snapped that 5-game losing streak and almost kind of blew the lead at the end there. They were really playing with their food. I don't know what coach was thinking with that lineup situation, but handled business nonetheless, and everything came through for us. Tonight, though, we got a couple things to talk about. Let's go ahead and just hop into it. If you guys got any comments, questions, as usual, throw them down below. We'll get to them as quickly as possible and talk about the plays that we got and just kind of go from there.
Hey, before you do, I just wanted to shout out everyone who's here real quick because they're here early. And They are the real ones. The real ones. Keenan, 3-time, JT Paul, Big Logan, what up, though? Fadeaway Music, King Capricorn, Andrew, Kevin Stark, and if I missed you, anyone else in there, my bad. I still love you. All right, let's go, E.
Alrighty. Hey, appreciate y'all hanging out with us, seriously. We love doing this, and honestly, it's just been such a blessing to be able to have our WNBA season back to normal and, things moving in a great direction for us. So appreciate you guys. All right, let's talk about our first 2 games. So we have a doubleheader at 7:30 Eastern. Golden State traveling out to Connecticut. Both teams, elite defense, top 3 on both sides, both metrics. Connecticut, only the real blemish with them is they're giving up a pretty fair amount of free throws. But outside of that, outstanding defense on both sides. And then we got Dallas traveling out to Toronto. Toronto and Connecticut alike, really both you've seen a lot of star players out. Toronto, as we mentioned, Fag Bentley and Sably are going to be out for this matchup. So this will be the first time we'll really get Harrison by herself out there, and hopefully, fingers crossed, staying out of some foul trouble. But matchup-wise, both of these defenses are subpar to say the least. And then our late night hammer with Chicago traveling out to the Sparks, which I think, this one, honestly, if it goes down to the wire, it should be a really good game. Both of these offenses have been somewhat putrid over the last month now. Sparks, really, really riding the struggle bus. Chicago, though, maybe whatever drama that's going on behind the scenes, hopefully that's put to bed and they can come out and just handle business. Mostly need Sydney Taylor to keep the hands to herself. You are getting in a ton of foul trouble and kind of costing your team a lot of support. But Cloud moving into the starting lineup this last game, I don't think we really had any surprise with that, with Skylar Diggins being out. And for her, we got a play we'll talk about here, which, honestly, I feel like that's probably one of the biggest community plays out there. So we'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, that's what we got for news. So let's hop into it. Oh, sorry. Gabby Williams, also we're looking out for news on her. I do get the feeling that she is going to play, but still need to find out that to, if we're going to make any other kind of moves as far as Golden State concerns. Would add a usage bump to Burton. I think minutes for her obviously have been spotty with the second unit playing so much, but with no Gabby, that at least starter role that she has, she could see additional field goal attempts there. But let's talk about our first play, though. If you want to hit us with a little mini me, I'm gonna.
Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it today.
Better.
I can't. People talking bad about Caitlin right now in the chat. I can't do anything but talk about that. All right, hold on. Let me get that for us.
It's okay. You can fight them off in the chats.
Oh, yeah. People don't be knowing. They be hating.
So we had talked about Asia likely suiting up yesterday after we saw her in the practice video. I still haven't found anything social media wise yet for the Valkyries. I am going to kind of just keep tapping over and looking at that. Thankfully, that one is one of the earlier games, so we should get news here within, the next hour and a half or so about that. But still nothing yet. Haven't seen them in any of their practice drills yet. But for that game, let's talk about Leila Lacan and under the 17.5 PA. If you miss this line, it is still 17 flat on Prizepicks. The matchup, very difficult. I mean, we saw Mabry this last game, Golden State. Their coach is no idiot. I don't know why teams continue to just not study any kind of film, paying attention to who the star players are. But Golden State has been outstanding. Lights out defense. They have been 10-2 over the last 12 games. So the course of the previous month now. Best defense, lights out. I think they're going to smother her today. I mean, she's far and away their best player on the other side. We saw Mabry this last game getting doubles thrown at her the entire game. And the only kind of, saving grace for Lacan is maybe she lucks out on a couple threes, but low free throw volume shooter. And with or without Gabby, we're still going to have Burton, so she's going to be on her hip to hip for most of the game that she's out there. And I think this honestly could be a game for a few different reasons that Burton could end up picking up more minutes. I know she's been really, really bad on the offense, so coaches kind of cut her for that second unit role. But with this particular matchup, they're going to need her, I think, for more time on the court to actually guard Lacan on the other side. I don't think coach is going to trust Chin or, Hayes or whoever off the bench to really take on that role too much. Hayes maybe more so, but Chin, she might get cooked on that aspect. So difficult spot. I mean, honestly, for Lacan, the volume might be a little bit higher than per usual, but we saw, Mabry last game, they did not let her get any kind of open threes. She had maybe one questionable open three, but everything else had coverage. And I think for her, she's just going to have to dump that ball down as much as possible. And with all the other players out on the team, I mean, who's she passing to? Nelson Adoda, that's your next best scorer. Ledger Walker, so it really becomes a huge question mark from there on. And we saw the first time these teams played, Golden State dropped the hammer on them, and it was an easy runaway with the blowout. I would not be shocked to see the same things here. And at least for a person, if we're going to pick on a team that is seeing a lot of injuries with Lacan, they do have backups. There are other players that can come in. They do have players that can actually fill in this position for her. Say Nelson Adoda, for example, today, I'm kind of more hesitant about picking on her just because they might need her to actually play more minutes than usual, blowout or not. So just kind of leaving that one alone. And I will say her 6.5 rebounds line is still in play. But this game can get real ugly real quick.
Which one are you talking about? Sorry, I'm still fighting off the Caitlin haters.
No, you're good. You're good. Still talking about that first game. And honestly, bro, I don't think I've ever seen a game so far this season that has a 153.5 total. Like, this is insanely low.
Yeah. Golden State, baby. We love Golden State for unders. Leprechauns stay under.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And E, I have a question for you. Have you ever seen Pete Davidson and De'Ara Hamby in the same room at the same time?
Not that I can recall, no.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
All right, and the last little recap on Lacan with her, you can see her zones and shooting areas. Golden State, they handle the pick and roll extremely well. So again, this just kind of plays into our theory of I think they're going to force the ball out of her hands, dare any of these other players to take their shots. And if those aren't falling, this game's going to get, out of hand real fast. So I like it. I think this is a great play for us. If she gets hot from three, just, it is what it is. But hey, the line is still pretty good. 17 flat on Prizepicks if you missed the 17.5. All right. Let's keep it going, though. Hey, again, any questions, comments, throw them down there. Y'all stop all that hating, Kate.
Oh, they're hating so hard.
Hating Caitlin.
Yeah, it rhymes perfectly. Hating on Caitlin. The whole league hates on her. So, Hey, did you see the All-Star voting? Tell me about it. Hey, anyone see the All-Star voting? You tell me if there's not hate in the league. Here's the All-Star voting. Caitlin number 2 by the fans. Caitlin number 2 or 3 by the media. Guess what she was by the players? Not even number 2 or 3 overall. She was ranked number 11 guard. Not 11 overall. The 11th best guard ranked by the players. Talk about hate, guys. Say something. Say what we're dealing with here.
That's funny.
Yeah, is it?
Hey, that's something.
It's real.
That's something.
That shit is real. Nah, the league didn't. Yeah, the league. You're right. The players, Supreme. The players. The players voted her that. Y'all got to get up off your little watching ESPN thinking they know what they're talking about, guys. Telling you, there's shit going on in the background. You'll see.
Ooh, man. Hey, it wouldn't be the WNBA without a little bit of drama. Come on now.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on now.
You're so correct. It's bad, bad, bad. Kennedy Carter's another one. That's a whole nother story. They're both CC. That's weird.
The curse of the CC. Yarr. Okay. Let's talk about our next play, though. We got Natasha Cloud, 4.5 assists, and a few things to kind of break down here. One, looking at those starter minutes and any kind of games that we've had with minutes elevated. So she tends to play right around that 30 marker. You know, we saw this last game, 32 minutes, looked pretty clean in a competitive environment. And we've seen a fair bit of success, you know, really outside of this, I think that opening blemish early in the season against Phoenix. You know, we've had some tough matchups in the mix. 2 Minnesota matchups, no surprise there. They had one blowout, and then the other game, just really, really bad shooting. But tough matchups. Any reasonable matchups, though? You know, Dallas, we got Toronto, we got Vegas and Phoenix here in the mix. Look pretty promising. And so far off the season, yes, we've only had 2 games without Skylar, but still, nonetheless, the 7 and 6 that she walked away with, I think, looks pretty promising. You know, this is not a bad matchup by any stretch. Last game, I would say there was argument for her having even more potential assists, and we did target the Cardoso under, and you know that makes a lot of sense for her if she's not being able to get that pick and roll going, losing that out. You know, overall potential, no surprise there. But this matchup, Sparks are pretty terrible. Their defense just overall is bad, to say the least. So I'm looking at Cardoso to go back to work today. I think much better performance for her, a much more capable spot for them to score inside the paint. And for her, potentials, even though they didn't take a huge step forward this last game, I still love it a lot. I think she takes a bigger leap this time around. Mostly Cardoso looking for that production to fall in line. And then Sydney Taylor, my God, if you don't stop fouling people in a row, I don't know what's going on with that. But she's playing really, really well. She should be playing even better. If she could stop the foul, she'd play over that 30-minute marker again. So a few things, you know, been in the mix, a little rough on the waters. And this matchup, I mean, hey, teams are just teeing off against the Sparks right now. Pace is outrageous. The assists are outrageous. Everything we're looking for here is kind of falling in line. And, you know, with the injury news and everything else, for Cloud, just go out, play your usual game. And I think we're going to have us a ball.
Natasha Cloud, can you get us 5 assists? I hope little Garden Gnome doesn't come out there and do what I thought she was going to do last game and Cloud just doesn't, you know? Because that's what I thought might have happened, but it just didn't happen. I mean, I hope not. 4.5 is low for Cloud starting and getting bigger minutes, so I'm with it. Makes sense.
Sir. Now, albeit it was a different team with New York last season, but still, I do like the upside of seeing that Cloud has this kind of history against the Sparks, and it makes sense. You know, this is them as a more formidable team last season with Plum playing, now with Plum being out, and, you know, they're just in shambles on defense. So keep it close for Chicago, come out and handle business, and bounce back spot for Cardoso. I think we're looking good, though. I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah, I'm with it, bro. What's up with your Cardoso rebounds? You didn't want to go in all the way with that?
Well, let's just kind of hit on this here for a second, because the bookies look like they're a little bit back and forth with the 8.5 and the 7.5. The 7.5 specifically, looking at this line, though, for her this season, I mean, you can see 14 out of 21 games, 66%. Matchup and everything, I mean, honestly, on paper, looks good. We know Hamey's shooting more than usual. NECA also shooting a ton. So, I mean, the volume and everything in her area of defense should be there. The only concern, one, you know, with her always foul trouble concerns, the pace and everything, though, looks good, man. I don't know. How do you feel about her today? I was really on the fence about this.
I really don't like her, but I will say every time I bet her under rebounds, she gets me and gets over rebounds, so I can't beat them, join them. It's possible. I know when you like rebound plays, I know we're in a good spot, so. Yeah. I don't know. We have so many overs already. I don't want to test my fate here.
No, I feel you there. It's been the best rebounding spot over the last month now. So I mean that really just kind of standing out to me the most.
Yeah.
Her fantasy also, for that matter, on Price Picks, let's see if they bumped it, 33.5. This I wasn't too mad at. There'll be plenty of block and steal potential for her today, like all that she can ask for. Turnovers have been a little bit obnoxious on the back end, and she actually, surprisingly or not, maybe with AT locking her down, but her potential assists took a big ass step forward last game. She had 8 and walked away with 4 assists. So don't necessarily think this could be the same situation. If she's putting the ball up a lot more, that could come down some. But still, nonetheless, I mean, they are running more offense through her and Cloud alike.
Hey, there's a lot of overs today, bro. My head hurts.
Yeah. Well, this one's not on the list. I didn't have a super warm and fuzzies about it, but Cloud, I do. I think they're going to need her to be out there and do her thing. Yeah. Also, we had her as a piece of our Flex Friday that we were doing. I was looking at her 24.5 fantasy for a few reasons. All the stuff that we already talked about for one, but this is also one of the best steal matchups for her as well. We know Wheeler on the other side turns the ball over a fair amount. Ray Burrell, the same thing for her. But the line on Underdog is also 26.55. So this is a nice little discount in between. And they weren't really paying out the best for the 4.5 assists. Not like you should be.
Okay. Big Natasha, you better come through. But I will say, if I had to judge an over, 4.5 assists is right in her wheelhouse. Should be easy. And if you like the fantasy, I'm sure it's on the lower side as well. So just give us the same minutes and all you got to do is play average, Monk Cloud. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. And surprisingly or not, or more surprisingly, her fantasy actually had an even higher hit rating just from the random games where, she goes off in the blocks and steals, or she's had a couple games as well where her rebounding was really, really high. Even for that matter, her RA, I'm not too mad at. I think it's at 10.5, but I didn't want to settle on that with, it's 8.5. Sorry. Yeah, that's quite low. I don't want to rely on the rebounding. I do like relying on the assist though.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. She's always good for the assists. Always been for years with her. You never want to rely on anything else.
Yeah. I can't trust anything else with her.
For real. Because she'll score when we take her under. She's a witch. She's a definition of a witch. But the assists have come through more than not. She will stay good on that. So I'm good with that one. It's pretty low for her.
Feels like it. I mean, honestly, any leading point guard on any team that's playing over 30 minutes. Same reason why they got Lacan at 4.5 assists today. But I don't know if I necessarily want to mess with that one. She's been a little bit obnoxious with that.
Oh, yeah. And not against Golden State. We're going to go back. And it doesn't matter if we're not at home. Golden State, baby. Let's go. They've been so good to us this season. They told Mayberry, who are you? Who are you? Trash.
Go sit down.
Go sit down, you big old sweaty heifer. Sorry.
You're dumb. You're so stupid.
I know. I didn't even light the joint yet. Hold on. It's going to get better, guys. Let's go.
All right. Speaking of getting going, Paige Bueckers, her playmaking, I mean, field goal attempts, everything across the board, really, really taking a large step forward, commanding the reins of this team by far. And this is one of our best matchups. I mean, we've always picked on Toronto for the assist potential, and we did this last game. Now, obviously, they adjusted the payout a little bit more so, but still, I love the 6+ assist line for her. I mean, she's, for one, obviously been hitting this at a pretty high clip in the last 10 out of 14 games going over. But matchup-wise, this is everything we're looking for. Toronto is giving up points inside the paint. They're giving up a reasonable amount of threes. I mean, we just saw Fudd tee off from them from 3. Paige also hit a couple. But love the spot, love the matchup, everything on the table. Only real big drawback would be if, the game ended up being a massive blowout or something like that. And let's just say Paige didn't play over 25 minutes or whatever. But outside of that, green lights a go. Dallas has been clicking on all cylinders, and I think with that paint presence or lack of that we're going to have on the other side, I get the feeling that Paige is just going to be, taking her shots, slashing, and then just dumping the ball off inside the paint as much as possible because she really shouldn't be having to take that many field goal attempts this game around.
Big Paige, man. Her assists. I really like her game this season. She just keeps getting better.
She does. She takes.
Sorry, I was just gonna. She commands the team. I like it, and especially at the end of the games. So I'm always down with her lines as well. I like how you alt the assists as well, just to make sure the scorekeepers don't shit on us with their stupid calls and not give an assist when we need it, or the other way around when we don't need it. So always gotta, I like how you've been alting the assists. We did it with Canada yesterday. We'll do it with Paige today. Feel good about that.
Yeah, man. And honestly, I still even like the full game lines, but if I wasn't so worried about a potential blowout here, maybe I'd feel even more confident about the full game line. But I mean, most of the time we're going to end up parlaying this stuff in with something anyways. So at least for this one, pretty easy thing to kind of slap in with something else and, get your plus 100.
So are you on the assist or the PA, or are you like both the same?
I like the assist more so just because if the game starts getting out of control, there's a good chance that she probably is doing a lot of playmaking already. Okay. But I at least wanted to shout out the PA. I still really like this. All the way up to, I would say, the 25.5 line. Anything beyond that is kind of pushing it. I mean, she's at 27.5. Like, this is the highest her lines have ever been, like, ever. Even 31.5 PRA. Like, that's pretty high.
That's when you gotta cool the jets with the overs for sure. When you see her the lines even higher than no way, count me out. But yeah, I like the assist.
I just worry that maybe the scoring kind of tapers off a little bit because it's just such a great matchup for everyone on the court. Like, they really shouldn't be having her, take 15, 16, 18 field goal attempts, something like that.
Makes sense. I'm with it.
Oh yeah. Pause for breathing. All right. One last play to talk about. We got big Izzy Harrison, and this one was a particular line on Bet365. So if you do have that, she's at 21.5 PRA. Bookies kind of back and forth as far as where her actual point line is. Most places have her at 15.5, but it looks like that's kind of trending back towards 14.5. I think personally she should be at 15 plus, whatever the odds may be, but that more than likely is going to end up being the case right before locks. But now we got bodies out for Toronto. Both of their other bigs being out is going to put a lot more pressure on her. The field goal attempts, that's something she's been really consistent with throughout the season, playing as a starter now even more so, double-digit every game basically. The only reason she missed out the first time in this matchup was Sably just had an unbelievable second half, and they just kept feeding her. Mabry came a little bit more to life there too, but she played well. I mean, ended the game with 13 points and how many rebounds? It's a fair amount. Yeah, 5 rebounds. So now taking her out of the picture, we're going to have Harrison in another potential big minute situation. Her playing over 30 minutes, we haven't really seen a whole lot this season. I mean, that's like far and few between. So potential for that. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then losing the other 2 big rebounders on the team, we got backups. We got third stringers coming in here basically. They're going to be helping her out. They're going to need her in the paint. Knock on wood, fingers crossed that she also can keep those hands to herself, which she's been doing pretty well, especially given some tougher matchups. But guarding Shepherd on the other side tonight is going to be a tall task. I do love the rebound potentials we get from that. And pick and roll action, Dallas has been pretty awful at. So you can see bring up her zoney zones. Her zones here, pick and roll main, great spot, and then the post up, phenomenal, the best spot. So keep the hands to yourself, damn it, and we're going to be getting there.
All right, E. All right, we rolling with you, bro. Let's get it.
Yeah, I know you're rolling in your grave over there about this.
Oh, my goodness, man. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll tell you, I was with the Ryan Howard yesterday. It came through. I'm happy about that. We swept yesterday, so, when you sweep, got to just roll with what you're feeling and then let it go and then reassess after, If we sweep again today, let's get it. If we don't, come back around and change it up. It's all good. We're gonna always figure it out. Always figure it out. So I'm not too much.
Yes, sir.
I'm not too much mad about it. I trust you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Another person I appreciate, Jackie Young. Come on down. Have yourself a time. She's been playing some really, really great basketball lately. And this team, again, just continues to play an extremely tight rotation. This is Vegas just doing their normal stuff, but she is having a spectacular season. And it's been, honestly, just kind of an anomaly. The commentators were talking about this a lot last night for the game, but seeing the first time for a WNBA team having two different guards average almost 7 assists per game is like unheard of. We're barely even getting one guard per team to be able to average something like that. So it's crazy how this offense works, but the ebb and flow from game to game has been spectacular. And this is another great spot for us. We got Phoenix rematch game, I believe for the third time now. You just got to completely forget the opening day one. I don't know what happened with Vegas. They got smacked down by 33. Forget about it. That game never happened in our book. But most recent game in a competitive one, Vegas did end up getting the dub at Phoenix, and Jackie came to play. This is what we expect out of her. This is what we've been seeing here more recently down the stretch. Playing big minutes in the competitive games, at least 32 on most nights, even upwards of 36, 38 minutes we had a couple times. Many positives for us. So one, we know how AT goes. We know AT is locking down whatever opposing big. Now, I will say Boston ended up squeaking over because she hit 3 threes, and that's kind of a season high thing for her. But most of the time, traditional bigs seeing a lot of resistance. So let's say Asia takes a little bit more of a scoring step back here. That's going to put pressure on the guards, mostly Jackie and then Chelsea Gray alike. But with Kennedy Carter being out, we've seen even more of Jackie than what we've had already to begin with. Her numbers with her being out have been phenomenal. Only the one blemish against Dallas where they got beat down by 30 and coaches ended up pulling all the starters early. She only played 24 minutes. But outside of that, everything is looking great for her. Tough matchups, doesn't matter. We had 2 get theirs against Golden State. We got New York, Dallas, all this in the mix here. So she's been proven, and I love her. I love her at the house. She's been playing so great. With no Carter, these numbers have not missed. The last recent game, let's see, this was the Indiana matchup ended up kind of being closer towards the end, but that game wasn't really that close to begin with, to be honest. I love Jackie at the house. She's played so great this season, and with no Carter, that just means more volume, more usage, and the 3-point matchup against Phoenix is one of the best. We've picked on this all season long. Top 4. Give me that. Give me that.
Give me that. That's from P. Diddy's videos. Puffy. He was Puffy back then. Take that. All right, never mind.
Go back to smoking. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Jackie Young, let's go!
Bro, she's been phenomenal. After the bereavement time that she went through and then coming back into full force, she has been so good for this team.
What happened in those 2 games ago when she just played Indiana and Chicago? Why'd she go poo-poo?
Yeah, so these are not ideal matchups. We know these aren't ones to pick on for one of the 3-point production. She could have had a little bit more free throws. That was a really great spot for both of them. But for her, the 3-point scoring is just not that great. So that output, only 16, 15 points. And the team really just didn't shoot that well. That first game not having Asia, she only picked up 9. Or no, she only had 5 assists, 9 potential. So that number went way down. And then the second game also, again, without Asia, assist potentials way down. And she just couldn't find her shot. Only 1 3 that game. So both of those were almost a goose egg.
Okay. Good point. Tough matchups. Easy matchup coming up. Kick it out, Asia. Kick it out. We want some big Jackie 3s.
Yes, sir. Also, side note, just because her normal points are at 16.5, I do like that as well. Her 14.5, this should be a super easy parlay piece with most of anything. Getting really good odds on this. I'm actually surprised that bookies have not adjusted this. These odds have been the same for, a month now, if not longer.
Very good point. 14.5 points should be pretty easy for her. Although I hate alt overs in WNBA more than anything, more than life itself. But that's how I know that one's good, though. That's how I know that one's good. You know what I mean? I hate them all, but I like that one. So there you go.
Yeah. That one's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, maybe we should have put this down on the list first, but I really like the 23.5 PA. I can tell you right now that will be 24.5 at some point.
No,
it's already 24.5 on the video.
Now, is the 23.5 PRA straight, or is that a yeah, that's a normal line. So I like that you're doing that. Yeah, let's go with the normal lines on ones you're really, really feeling. We'll get it that way for a while until the WNBA overs start to feel like WNBA overs, and then we'll roll it back. But until, let's get it.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Well, that's what we got so far. We might end up with a couple late editions, but we'll just kind of see how that goes. I think the less is more strat has been honestly working out a little bit better for us, and then just doubling down on the live bets, because this is all the stuff that we've already talked about. We know what's going on, and thinking, pace of the game and everything, game theory live has really played out to a lot of, we've seen some really good green days, even if the list is kind of 50-50.
Hey, shout out to Starfall. A huge addition to the Discord, I must I must say, I'm very happy with Kurto is his name in our Discord, but he's been coming up with some smackers, and I like how he loves unders just like me. He loves them even more than me. He goes hard. I go, what are you doing? Under who? No way. I'm scared. So I just, but let me shout him out again, because he just threw out this interesting find. Did you see this Harrison at 13.5 points, full payout on parlay?
Yeah,
like
they put it back up. Yeah,
I'm sure you like that better than the 21.5 PR, right?
Well, now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like a broken line. I mean, she should be 15.5, right? Or she is on most sites.
Well, she should be 14.5. 14.5, but
okay.
Yeah. They had her at 15.5, and shout out to Parlay Play. They got so many promos and stuff today. It's crazy. I mean, there's at least 2 really good baseball ones as well, and then the 2 here for Prizepicks or for the WNBA are pretty solid. Not the Burrell one, though. This one.
Kev said in the chat too. Thanks, man. He said Harrison's PR is 19.5 there. Full pay?
That's got to be a glitch.
3.4. Wait. Where is it?
That's what I'm saying. I think that's an app-only glitch thing that we just kind of find.
What, is Parlay fucking up? Because I remember we had the 17.5 Cardoso and they voided it. So is this a fuck up again?
No, I think they're just teetering on bumping her points down, because I believe the 14.5 wasn't even there a second ago. Just keep refreshing this. I mean, it'll pop back up, but I think that was an app fine. I don't think it's on the computer.
Yeah, you're right. I do see the 15.5 points now. Crazy.
We'll keep that in the back pocket, though, because this is something that could easily be messed up there.
That is strange. You think it was just on... Did you guys do it on the phone, on the apps? Is that where you guys saw those numbers? Because, yeah, I don't see that. Interesting. Well, I remember the other day we had the link, and if you found it on the site, it was actually not there. But if you clicked the link from the play before it popped up, before it bumped, remember? We put it in. So they're just all over the place on Parlay Play. They're just... But yeah, if you can catch them. I mean, I sat there yesterday, bro, with those live plays, and I would wait for the player to hit a 3, and then I'd bet the live over, and they would give it to me. Like I would get 3 points, 3 points of value just like that. That's what it was for real. It happened yesterday 2 times. That's craziness.
Okay, so what I gather is happening is most of the books are moving away from the 15.5 points to the 14.5, and the books aren't sure where to leave the PR, because I mean, you can see here Onyx, for example, she's 23.5. Prizepicks on most places, she's 22.5, and then they're not really offering us a sweet spot in between. Like they have that whatever this is going to be is locked already.
Holy crap, 23.5? Make me want to go under. Jesus.
Do you have, by chance, I mean, we could kind of get it in the chats. Do you have the link for that on your phone that you could put into the YouTube chat?
For which?
Or I wonder if maybe if or for the 13 and a half. If he has a link, I mean, hopefully the link thing still works and we could use that. We could post that in the chat.
With what other play?
Well, I mean, anything from the list, I guess.
Oh, just pop it in and then it'll pop up with the 13 and a half. You could play whatever you want to play. I wonder. Let me try it. I usually don't use
Oh, here it is. Yeah. There it is.
Are you on the normal thing? Why did it just pop up?
Because they're dumb and they're moving stuff around.
So it's just randomly popping up no matter where you're at. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we know. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Whoa, it just moved again.
Yeah, see.
You got to catch it. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. And look, the 14 and a half's gone again.
Okay, so what play do we want to play with it if we had to on parlay and we can wait for that 13 to come back, or 19, whatever we want? Have one in the queue so we can just smack them when they have it up there wrong. What's our number one play on parlay besides that?
I don't know if you've checked out any of the baseball stuff. I mean, they had a couple of guys like ace pitchers that were up there.
Oh no.
But I mean, we could do either Cloud. They have her on here.
Cloud. Yeah.
Paige's odds are really terrible. I don't know about that one.
Okay. What's the Cloud though? 4.5. She's at 5.5. Oh, 1.52. It's not the best, but it might work if we. 13x, hit it. Thought it said 13 for a second. But yeah, you want to try Cloud? Cloud 4.5 and then wait for the right play? Okay. All right, let me get to the chat. You guys have been waiting patiently. We're almost an hour in and we haven't even got to my friends in the chat yet.
Oh my. Yep. Sorry, y'all. I know we got a little late start today. We had some technical issues.
It's all good. The games don't start till a half an hour late, so we got a little extra time today. So here we flip and go. Kevin Stark, baby. Show me the money, he said. What's up, bro? Andrew, don't call me Andre, says, thank goodness it's Friday, fellas. What's up, bro? Logan says, let's go. Yay. Bro, there's a lot of good games this weekend, and I know we don't have a lot of unders today, but I was just looking at the next games. There's a few unders I want to look at that look like they could be nice. So if you guys haven't jumped in the Discord yet, free week. So start it off. Jump in. This weekend's going to be fun, I think. Logan says, let's go. Won $100 last night off of $5. That's a 20 times. That's a 20 times your money, buddy. That's what's up. King Capricorn says, let's just cash. Let's do it. Fadeaway Music says, what up, doe? What up, man? Logan says, cash because of y'all. See, Logan? That's what's up, bro. 3 times says, what up, everyone? Happy Friday. Good luck. JT Paul says, y'all, let's run it up. Let's get this money. 3 times says, you got to get this Discord. The community helps each other out. Well worth it. 3 times. Thank you, sir. Saw you in there the last few days. Like having you around. Glad you're liking it so far. Keenan says, what up, fellas? Lock in. Lock in. All right. Now we're to the first question. Are you ready, E? And I know you kind of like this already. Keenan says, Jessica Shepard double-double.
Yeah, I think we actually played it the last time these two teams played with the Paige assist, if I'm not mistaken. It's a great spot. You know, it is a shortcut for her individual lines, which, I mean, both have been pretty well taxed for a minute now. The assistant playmaking for her has taken a little bit of a step back, except for last game, though. That was crazy. 17 potential assists. Like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, what the heck?
Love the rebound spot.
I was trying to figure that out. Is there any rhyme or reason for these crazy outlier games that Dallas assists be having? Dallas playmakers. That's just Paige is pretty steady. Shepard's all over the place. Enrique jumped off a cliff, but they don't even give us her assists anymore. They're done with that. But Shepard, her assists are so weird.
Yeah, man. I mean, no rhyme or reason, honestly, with this. I mean, the team shot fairly well outside of Enrique, but I don't want to rely on her assist. I mean, that is just kind of a sweet upside. We've had a little bit this season. You know, she had a double there, double here, double here, and here. Triple double threat. You know, always kind of like that.
Imagine if we said that last year about Shepard. We'd be like, shut up. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, 3 already this season's impressive. But the double-double makes sense. Just shy of 60%. And matchup and everything is great. Outside of just being a massive blowout, you know, I can see her totally getting there. The payout is getting a little bit worse than per usual. So kind of, you know, price shop, make sure you're getting a good payout for it. Like Underdog's giving a really terrible payout for it, but most of the other places are a pretty good one. And Prizepicks is just like, nah, we're not doing double doubles anymore. So they didn't even put the tab up for that.
That's weird. Wonder why.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
I was looking for it earlier, but couldn't find it.
Okay. JR444 says, I don't know how to say your last name. Tell me. This is terrible. I'm not even going to try.
Awak.
What?
Awak?
No.
Awaka?
Why you sound like a duck? What are you talking about?
The next question. Awak.
Oh, Awak. It's like, what did you just say? So we'll just say her first name right now. Okay. Awak lines look interesting to me. Played 21 and 27 minutes last 2 games with minutes ramping up. Man, I got her on a live rebound bet. She had like 12 rebounds. I was happy. If she plays similar minutes today, I like her overs. What do you guys think? I don't know. I haven't looked at her that close, but I didn't even see her lines. What do you think, E?
I didn't even know she had lines.
Okay, yeah, so they just popped up.
Yeah, she's not even on Props Madness.
I will say, though, I did notice her last game more than ever. If her minutes are ramping up, that might be interesting. Her lines look really low for what she did last couple games. I know that. So if her minutes are ramping up, bookies might be behind. Just a thought.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, she was a player, I believe, coming back from injury. Let's take a little look-ski poo at this one. Coach has been happy with her as a starter, though.
She's been doing good.
All right, so not a starter, injury. Now a starter. Alana Smith obviously just kind of played herself to the bench. Segrist not really playing many minutes these days either.
28 minutes.
I like her. I mean, she's been a solid development piece.
7 assists.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, you saw what Shep did this last game.
Yeah,
and even Paige had a ton of assists too.
But
so
why?
It was the whole team.
How come? New York? What? Why? That's crazy. I didn't know she had 7 assists. That's crazy. Okay.
Now, I do think there is more development to be had with her 3-point shooting. She's been pretty efficient when she takes shots, but low volume overall. Yeah, I mean, even in the beginning of the season, 2 for 3, 2 for 3, 2 for 2. We just need her shot volume to, hopefully stay the same and or take a step forward. Shooting about 50%, that could definitely come back down seasons past. She's a young player, so there's a lot of development for her that could progress, no doubt. Minutes, though, and seeing, I think, this rebounding upside potential, there's something in that. That's a lot of fantasy potential too. I mean, look at these blocks and steals every game. Might get a couple turnovers. That stinks. But blocks and steals, I mean, is that one every single game? All but this one here. Yeah, what's that fantasy? Let me check this fantasy. What's up with that?
I still don't even see
really
her.
low.
I don't even see her on Props Madness. 17.5. That is extra low. That's like the Astier one you got at the beginning of the season. Astier.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
She had 42 last game, and she's at 17.5. That's just funny.
I can mess with that fantasy. I can really mess with that. That's
against Toronto too. Bunk Toronto.
Right.
28 minutes.
See.
Hey,
let's see. What's
I will say, JR 444 JR. You came with something interesting. Most definitely. She wasn't even on the board before we got on, I don't think.
No, I don't remember seeing her at all today. Maybe I'm just blind. But at least, okay. So let's just say sample size, her playing 20 to 28 minutes. I mean, that's a pretty nice looking picture. we got some really difficult matchups in the mix here too. Golden State, no surprise, didn't do well. Vegas, she did hold her own, even though not the greatest performance against Asia, but she did play fairly well. She, I believe, could not score the ball. Okay, she could score, but no rebounds. Okay, yeah, the other way. So the rebounds may be a bit more of a question mark. We saw some insane ceiling potential, and then we've seen a couple stinkers along the way too. But again, I mean, these aren't exactly the best matchups. Like, I mean, God, we got Vegas 3 times in here, Golden State, Washington, like, not the best matchups. Man, this one I kind of like, dude. I actually really like this more. I'm looking at it.
Just another over to add to the list.
You know when fantasy starts speaking to me. You know when fantasy lines are speaking
Put it
to
on
me.
the list! To the list! All right, you put it on the list, and I'll go to the next question. All right, JR444, you is the man, sir. You got Owen Wilson over here excited to write it on the list, so... Yay! Let's go. All right.
Let's get that. I like it.
Let me delete my baby list so we can add that one. All righty, let's get it. Appreciate it. We're 2 plays in at 3:05 p.m. Let's get it. All right, Supreme Juice, what's up, bro? Sup, Doc? The Great 13, Sick Tracks. What's up, guys? C-Dot says, Spain gets the W. Come join the Discord. We doing more than just WNBA. It's just cash gang over here. C-Dot says, man, DZ on the soccer. Oh, buddy. I got some MPB plays for your ass tonight, too. Ooh, pause. Sean Kemp says, sorry, CC, ain't it. Sorry, CC, ain't it. I'm not even reading yours, Sean Kemp. I love you, but hell no, we ain't going there. We're not going there. Let me get by all these hater comments. Dun, 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 dun. CC, we love you. CC, we love you. All right. Lazarus Taylor says, Harrison props look great with Sabally out, but also can we look at Condi props? Ooh, Condi props. Drive in the matchup versus Dallas in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, Condi's kind of a fun one. Yeah, for her, I think I'm looking at something that encompasses just everything that she's doing, whether that be her fantasy line or maybe even the PRA line. PR, PA, like something with something else in it for her makes the most sense. She had a reasonable scoring game against Dallas. No, she did not. Sorry, totally mistaken. She did not. She had a terrible scoring game against Dallas. Couldn't find the 3 ball and still played her minutes. And, you know, she went out and did her usual thing. But it's, for one, sweating those threes. I mean, we saw Mabry also only ended the game with 3 threes. So it's not like Dallas is really one to pick on for that. I do like the rebound potential. I like the secondary playmaking still behind Mabry and Julia alike. We'll play minutes. We'll be out there the whole time. Just, you know, can that 3 get fallen?
All right. Yeah, Condi's interesting. She got the minutes, but yeah, like you said, sometimes she doesn't shoot enough to make it feel good to have her over. That's for dang sure. Prizepicks got Lacan at 19 PRA. Sick Track says. Now we have 17.5 PA, which we feel a little bit better about, but if you don't have 365 and you can't get 17.5 PA anymore, are you passing or you got anything you could play with her? And I will say Starfall did say he liked her fantasy, and we've been burned by her fantasy in the past, and I know that crossed your mind. Because I remember.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, the PRA, I like it. Don't get me wrong. She just has a couple random games with the rebounding. It was just more like, okay, they had the PA at 17.5, and then her PRA line was at 18.5, so the variance to even just add on the rebounds to the prop just didn't make any sense. Do I think she's going to get a bunch like last 2 games? No, not necessarily. But Golden State does also shoot top 3 amount of threes per game, and the long ball variance from that, you know, she could just fall into a couple random rebounds by chance.
Right.
But scoring matchup, very, very difficult. You talked about the fantasy, so if we are playing the fantasy, we're going to go over here to the old underdog and play the 28. Was it 20?
Oh, is it that high?
29.5. Wow, they bumped it up.
Stop it. Okay, now you tell me why it's so high. Does she get a lot of steals? Is that what it is?
Yeah, a fair amount of steals. It's mostly just her recent logs looking real nice.
Well, bro, a fair amount. She's 10 fantasy higher than the PRA. Better be more than a fair amount. Better be a boatload.
Let's see. I can tell you right now.
Oh my gosh, this might be a play. Starfall's going to streak it on all three of his. I already know.
I did see the fantasy sites are really split on their lines. Like, not a whole lot of things are the same. There's a big old difference between the two.
29 is crazy.
All right, so blocks and steals. Yeah, let's look at that. Yeah, that she is a little dangerous with.
Now, does Golden State, are they going to give up a bunch of steals tonight, or are we just flipping a coin with that?
No, not necessarily. They give up a ton of blocks, but the steals, if I'm not mistaken, are not that great. Yeah, bottom 4 in steals allowed over the last month. The blocks, though, I mean, if she gets blocks as a guard, then that is what it is. But yeah, steals pretty low.
Okay, well then, I'm not mad at it. Just because it's so high. I know she killed us when we took her under fantasy before, but wouldn't you say now, if you'd never got the 17.5 PA, that the fantasy on Underdog under is the best thing to get at this current moment, value-wise?
I think so, yeah. I mean, Burton, she burned us in that game because we played it against Caitlin Clark, and Clark had
more
like
hate,
6 turnovers.
more hate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. Okay, I walked into that one. Cool, but I feel you. I mean,
sheer irony for that, but that was more the situation. She just, there was a player on the other side that was going to turn the ball over a lot, but Burton, very, very low turnover, at best 2 turnovers per game. So, and also comes with, I think, more of a potential for turnovers herself. Lacan's been turning the ball over a couple of times, but now not having Grinder out there today is going to be big.
I'm saying the more we think, okay, tell me if I'm wrong. Just like I like to just be communicative and tell you what I think so that we can make the best decisions. And even in the chat, if you guys think something, let us know. Just to find the best play for everybody. Dare I say her fantasy on Underdog is better than her 17.5 PA? That's 12 more. Now, she could get some rebounds and hurt us in that way, but it's pretty high. Unless she gets some steals. If she gets 3 steals, we're dead. But, just saying, she's going to need 3 steals probably to beat us. And I won't say to beat us in general, but to beat the 17.5 as being a better play. You feel me? If she gets 2 or less steals, the fantasy is a better under than the PA. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, as long as she just doesn't get multiple steals, I think we're fine.
Oh, I think I might play that a little bit. Okay, let's get on with it. I digress. Damn, there's a lot. My bad, guys. I was talking all kinds of shit about... we were talking all kinds of bad stuff about the conspiracies in the league. Okay, Cloud got bumped to 5 assists on Prizepicks. Should I still take it?
What was it? Cloud
to 5 assists.
I mean, you can still just play the straight up 4.5 assists there. I mean, it's not the worst payout.
I will throw this out there too, guys. If you don't know, and I used to not know this until this year, actually, all these years on Prizepicks, when you play a line that pushes, like if you play a flat line, if you play her 5 and she lands on 5, you know how you feel like, oh yeah, I'm getting paid for the other one, so we're all good? You are not. You're getting paid half for the other one. Fucking scammers. So just remember to look all that stuff up when you're checking it out. So personally, the 4.5 probably makes more sense. You probably get a way better payout when she lands on 5. So
yeah, I mean, you still get a 2.7. So losing out on 0.3 is nothing compared to, because you still need an entire assist beyond that.
Yes.
So Prizepicks is by far the worst for individual stuff like this. Like points, that's one thing, but the rebounds, the assists, that's a whole different category. Like they know what they're doing with that stuff. So
scammers.
If you're playing it on, say, a protected play, sure, I don't mind the full value for that because I get the multipliers, dings out anything beyond the 2 pick. But if you're playing a bigger card, maybe even still the fantasy, it did bump up while we were on stream. We talked about that, but this is still lower than what Underdog has.
Okay, cool. Good shit. JR is back. He says, do you guys like Shepherd over 12 rebounds? She got 15 rebounds last time against the Tempo. Or last week. Just last week.
Yeah, it's a really high line, but for good reason. Love the matchup. Weird things can happen, but yeah, good spot. Good spot for her. Good spot.
Kev said, I'm going to stop messing with you on the stream. LOL. No, keep messing with me. I love it. Starfall says, yo, what's up, Starfall? Starfall's going to be blasting some more unders all day long, and I love to see it. He said, I just made big profit on tennis. That's a whole nother sport we forgot to say. People killing tennis in the Discord, too. Kev Thomas says, I told you Starfall. They're all winning the tennis this morning. That's what's up. Cool. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Jeffrey, what's up, man? He says, Olivia PRA under. What you think? He's talking a Dota, I believe.
Oh, Dota?
I think. He wouldn't dare say Olivia Miles under. Who would do that?
Yeah, her so her lines really didn't move with any kind of news. I mean, they're exactly the same as last game, so not really getting much value in that regard. The PRA did go up by 1, but I mean, basically all her stuff is exactly the same from this last game. I like the scoring downside. The rebounds scare me a little bit, and her assists are extremely random. I mean, she's gotten a couple here in the last few games, but skirting around that 2-to-1 ratio pretty close. Love the downside for her scoring, though. That I can't stress enough. And if she gets into foul trouble, it'll be all over but the crying.
Alrighty. Tyler, why not, says, what about Kayla Thornton's matchup today?
Thornton, I mean, that whole team, for that matter, again, Golden State, can't trust anybody with minutes. Thornton played really well this last game, so the minutes went way forward. Played 25 in total, and I know she cooked us on some live bets, but her it's live or die by the 3. If she's scoring, she plays minutes. If not, she loses minutes.
Okay. Your Awak Collier thingy's there, so I can't copy and put it on the screen. You got to move your cursor on the list. You got to move your cursor for us. You're good. Okay. No, you're good. Logan says, Lacan fantasy over. That's why it reminded me. I need to put this list up because Lacan under is what we're on today. And her fantasy is 29. That's what we were talking about before. Personally, I'm going to go play that a little bit. 29 and a half under on Underdog. That's wild and wacky. That's too high.
It's pretty high.
Courtney Vandersloot under 5.5 assists. Alizar says.
It's a scary matchup, but I mean, she's on a really hard minutes limit still. So assuming she just doesn't do so much damage in the first quarter, I think you'd be all right.
Okay. 140 watching, 76 likes, and we've barely asked for likes today. You guys are kicking ass. I didn't even have to be like, we get to good luck at 69. We're at 76. You guys are murderers. Erickson says ranked 11th is definitely crazy, but it was 11th in top 4. Oh, he's talking about being ranked 11. Yeah, that was a whole nother situation we're talking about. Dirty Reg says Golden State plays a nice brand of ball. You can trust in them at home and on the road. Now, I will say at home, you can really, really, really trust them. On the road, they've been good to us, too. So hopefully they come through. It's going to be fun to see if they can shut down Bunk Lacan, little leprechaun. 80 likes, guys. You guys are murderers. I love it. Thank you very much. Tyler says, Thornton unders. Let me hear that take. So he asked about basically her playing time, and you went over that. But do you like any of her unders? Or are you a little scared because she did well last game? I kind of am.
Well, I mean, I think the rebound under is still very live if her minutes stay under what they have been, say low 20s or something like that. Now, Toronto, again, we just talked about this matchup for the rebound potential, not necessarily comparing her to Shepherd, but at least for the potential to be there. No surprise. Matchup wise, is not really that great, honestly. Connecticut, more net neutral. For her, really, it's just whatever kind of volume we get from the crossover on, the pick and rolls. This is a matchup. It really wouldn't surprise me to see her maybe lose out on some more minutes in total. But I wouldn't mess with her scoring just yet until we find out about Gabby, because she could be live to play more minutes or have more shots go up.
Makes sense. Yeah, wait for that Gabby news for sure. Hattori Hanzo says, happy Friday, y'all. A walk over 17.5 fantasy and Salon over 11.5 points. Looking really good. Am I wrong? Would you like Salon a little better if Gabby is out, though? Or do you not care about that?
Yeah, if Gabby's out, I think that her props become a lot more appealing because they are fairly low to begin with. And 11.5 points. I know she's going through a little bit of a slump here, but beginning of the season did look fairly promising. Really, for her, it's just the minutes. We've been kind of trending back towards lower 20s and stuff, and not really seeing that high time on the court like she had for a little while. But there's a real good chance that she could come in as a starter here if Gabby ends up being out. So, yeah, that 3-point shot for sure. This is going to go to 2.5 if we get news about Gabby.
Sean Kemp says, what do you think about Stevens' 19.5 PR?
Well, Ezra, going up against her former team, first time these two teams are squaring off. I am really curious to see. Oh, and this was also a reason why I was a little pumping the brakes on Cardoso. Is I don't know what her personal level with that organization is, because they definitely just threw her to the side and had no problems trading her the first chance they could. And she was great for the Sparks, the last 2 seasons or whatever while she's been there. So could see her get real active today. I do like the potential, all the same reasons why we like Cardoso. For her, might have a little bit more of a difficult on-court matchup. NECA has been pretty solid on defense, but still, nonetheless, all the same stuff applies for her. I think the 3-point shots are going to be there, or the looks are going to be there, and just need to play more minutes. We were trending towards playing over 30 minutes and even saw 30 minutes in that first Vegas game, but not so much the last 2 games.
Alrighty. Dex Sports is back. He says, my Just Cash family, what up, though? Overs for Natasha Cloud have made me rethink my entire life a few times in the past, but I'm rocking with y'all. Hey, that's exactly how I feel. She has done that. But I will say, Dex Sports, and maybe this is different for you, I'm not sure, but when you just do her assists, she feels a little bit better, so can't be too mad. And it's low, and for her minutes, we kind of it does make sense, so we got to go with it. But he says, how about Fudd for over 1.5 threes? Elmer Fudd. Yeah?
Any of the 3-point shots for all 3 of the wing players tonight are full go. Toronto's been really, really bad.
Okay. You still looking at it?
No, I already knew, because we were talking about this so much.
Okay.
3rd most attempts.
Logan says, Hamby over 3.5 free throws made. Logan likes pain, is what he's saying.
Hey, it's a good spot, honestly. I would say fair argument for both of the bigs on the Sparks today. Their free throw potential. Same thing to be said for Dallas as well. Shepherd, she was at 2.5 earlier. Sorry, where's the attempts? She was at 3.5 earlier. Yeah, I still like this one for her. And then same thing for Hamby. I wish NECA was still at 3.5. That sucks they bumped her up.
I'll tell you right now, though, bro, 5 free throw attempts to me is better than 3.5 free throws made, because Hamby at the free throw line, oh my gosh. You want to sit there and cheer for Hamby to make a free throw? That's the pain I was speaking of. How many times have we seen her miss? Yeah, we've seen her miss a lot of free throws in clutch times.
There.
Yeah.
Honestly, too, since we're talking about this, Ray Burrell at 3.5, this one really, really stood out for me today. She should have had one more trip to the free throw line this last game against Indy, but Chicago, Indy, both of these teams giving up a ton of production inside the paint and a lot of free throws. Would not shock me to see her get 2 trips to the line today.
Yep.
Honestly, I like her point prop today, the running back at 15 plus.
Yep. I just can't do it, but I feel it. I definitely see it. Jason Graham says tempo game is in Montreal tonight. That is interesting. It is. We shall see how it goes. Logan says, Enrique, anything under LOL. I'm with you, bro. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, the thing with her is we've seen what she does when she goes off. So, and her lines aren't high for what her ceiling is. So it's really hard to go under and feel good about it, to be honest. Even though she's gone under 7 straight games, it still feels like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's talk about her here real fast, because we were looking at the under her 13.5 full game line, which I still think is very much so in play. Now, she's been in a mega slump. There's no doubt about that. But the one better of the worst games that she had was this more recent game against the Toronto. They're just, Toronto's not playing any defense at all, and by just pure luck, she was not able to find a second three. I mean, all the volume in the world was there. That was her most attempts that she's taken, a reasonable amount of minutes, like higher scoring marks, all that stuff across the board. She just shot bad. Like, that was the only thing really holding back her. But I'm sure some of y'all also wondering what this on the screen here is, and I'm glad you brought that up. So let's talk about at least this first quarter.
Yeah, that one.
I got to talk about it.
I like that one. It's fun. It's not that I wouldn't put $1 million on it, but it's definitely a fun little play.
Borderline official. We don't really dabble too much in first half or first quarter stuff for official plays, but this one really, really stood out. I mean, you can see terrible effort all season long. I mean, even when she was going through her hot streak, 18%, 4 out of 22 games. I have no clue why in the world, for one, Prizepicks even has this as a line. I don't think she's even on FanDuel, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to look at that here real fast.
It'd definitely be 2.5.
Yeah, this should be 2.5. I have no idea what the hell they're thinking, but I like it. I like it for not only the matchup. I mean, yes, it is scary.
I'm playing it
per
right
minute.
now.
So this is something that's been really going downhill, and she's taken more of a hit in the first quarter because, I mean, if you look at the first half that she has, she's playing almost 10 minutes in the second quarter, or almost the entire second quarter. So any kind of production that she is having in the first half, it's really just coming from time on the court without Paige in that duration in the second quarter. So, hey, if she goes out and hits a 3, we're still living. If she hits 2 buckets, then our goose is cooked. But this is all moving in the red. This is a lot of red here for a full game prop, or for a season-long hit rating.
I got an MPB play for tonight on Prizepicks that's going to go right nice with that. We're going to put that in right now, baby. Let's go. That's a fun one. Okay. Big Kev says Mabry over PRA.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me to see her get a bounce back game. And, former team and all that stuff, usually likes to play it for this matchup. If she could have found a few more threes, she would have been in line for really, really big numbers. But DRA, I mean, we talked about this last game, looked promising. And as long as it's just not an unreal blowout, she should be out there for most of the game, yeah.
CB Miami's here. He says, yo, let's get this money. I'm at work listening, so I can't say much. But don't worry, bro. We're glad you're here. Not saying much. Kev says Harrison is 19.5 PR. We got to that. The Gale says fire emojis, baby, and lots of money. What's up, the Gale? D. Johnson says Stevens over 22.5 PRA. A walk over, and I'm going to figure out how to say her last name today. A walk over 10.5 PR. Wow, her lines are low. Now, will she get the minutes?
Yeah,
Only question.
I believe it's pronounced Courier.
Courier? Okay.
Could be totally wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a walk Courier. But yeah, so a walk, I'm totally game for that. A player whose minutes continue to kind of trend in a positive direction. We did land on the fantasy just for that block and steal that we've seen out of her, and defensive stats. That's mostly why she's been playing a lot. But Stevens, I kind of like the revenge spot, honestly. I would not be shocked to see her snap off tonight. And that makes our Cloud assists even better.
Yay! Big Cloud. All right. Tyler says, scope my Kayla Thornton unders. He likes those. Good luck. Kayla Thornton every now and then does what she did last game and breaks your heart, but I don't hate it. It's Eli says, I got Taylor. Sydney Taylor for 14.5 on Bet365. Do you like that?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So,
They finally moved her threes up to 2.5. So I mean, you can still play the 1.5. You just got to parlay that with something.
okay. Supreme Juice says Hard Rock has it at 13.5. Actually, it is minus 165 depending on what you want to do about the payout. But good call. And It's Eli also says, how do you feel about Hamby over 7.5 boards?
Honestly, I couldn't decide between Hamby and Agumake. I mean, this is our Chicago matchup. We play it every single slate except for this time. Now we have 2 active bigs that really, gobble up a lot of different rebounding situations. So I played them both personally. I just couldn't decide on which one official to, post out for everybody. But yeah, good spot. Great spot for her.
Supreme Juice says Harrison's 13.5 on Hard Rock.
Hard Rock had a lot of unique lines all on their own today that really weren't in line with a lot of books.
Okay. So that's cool. If you have Hard Rock and you like that, that definitely makes sense. Elazar says, I'm looking to fade Enrique points at 13 and Vandersloot assists at 5.5. I like your way of thinking with some unders. Vandersloot assists is scary, but I can definitely see it, right? I mean, she does what she did the last 2 games, man. She's not playing many minutes. So,
no, I mean, it makes sense. Scary matchup, but love the spot. And Enrique, she just has been playing terrible. I agree with that.
Yep. It's 13.5 in a lot of places, I think. If you can find that, it'd probably be a little nicer. But yeah. The Great 13 says the same. He likes Enrique under. Supreme Juice says, I feel like Cloud starting last games took away from Sloot's assists. Hey. Right with it, bro. And I put too much money on Sloot assists over, and my dumb ass saw Cloud in the starting lineup and did it anyway. So I think you're onto something. Ryan Martin said, how about a parlay on just the Valkyries and Dallas to win? We've said it many times on this show, guys. We aren't doing any of that, but we'll give you our opinion. But personally, we've been burnt way too many times with money lines and spreads on WNBA. Now you go right ahead. Don't let me stop you. But our opinions aren't going to be that great because we never do it. But if you want to just randomly look and see logically, Valkyrie should win, right? And Dallas should win.
Yeah, I mean, they should. They're giving us really, really enticing odds today. I will say I'm extremely surprised that Golden State's only minus 250. Maybe this is a bit telling that Gabby Williams actually is not playing tonight because, I mean, Golden State's been some pretty heavy favorites, and it's not like Connecticut's beating anybody. So I'm really surprised it's this low.
Yeah, without Griner, without Morrow, without who's the other one? Somebody else too. Rivers. Yeah, that's a lot.
Rivers. I mean,
it's a lot. Okay, Khadijah's here. What's up? She says Wheeler over 5 assists. Yeah,
it's not exactly the most ideal matchup. We were talking about Chicago the last couple games now. AT, we faded that the other day. I do like it. It's just this team has been in shambles, and as long as they can turn this offense around and actually start scoring the ball, her lines are extremely low with Plum still being out.
Lazarus says Condi props with Sabali out. What about the matchup versus Dallas in the paint? That's what he says.
Yeah. I mean, Condi doesn't necessarily benefit that much from the bigs being out. She's been playing her normal minutes. I mean, that should be the same business as usual. Mostly just her 3-point production, what that looks like. She really struggled scoring against Dallas, but minutes will be there. I think the rebound potentials will be there, and then the blocks and steals as well. Oh, I noticed they didn't even give us a fantasy line for her. Like, books are just like, nah, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, she's a weird one. It's hard to count on her. Khadijah says,
they took it down.
What's up, her fantasy? No, you're good.
Yeah, she had a fantasy line earlier. I think Prizepicks just took it down and never brought it back. Yeah, it's just not even there.
All right. Khadijah said, what prop for Azare would you take today against her old team, fantasy or points or rebounds? So if you had to take one, because I could tell she has it in her heart today to take Azare. Is it going to be points, rebounds? Is it going to be points, rebounds, or fantasy? If you had to pick one.
Probably the fantasy. I mean, there's plenty of block and steal potential for her, and then she's done a lot of, a little of everything. The assist, I know, came back down to earth, but we did see a lot of playmaking out of her, and the block potential for her is always there. I mean, that's something she's done fairly well this season.
Supreme Juice says, Walk had a career game, easy fade following game. Hey, I am right with Supreme Juice all day and everything he has said. I agree, but I know we're rolling with her fantasy, and here's why. And I feel you, because I think the same exact way. She could flop today. It's very possible. But her fantasy's so low that she could actually flop and still get it. So that's why I'm still on board. I'm still on board with the over for that reason. But I do feel you. We could be very disappointed with her. But let's hope not. Run Up says her lines were up all day. I used her fantasy. So we just missed it somehow. We missed her. It's weird. Even on Props Madness, she's still not there. So that's why I missed her personally. I don't know. It's weird. Erica Wheeler over 5.5 assists plus money. He says 100, 100 money. Makes sense.
Yeah, we just talked about Wheeler. I mean, I like it, just mostly relying on the other players to actually score.
Okay. And Amon says Valks flat out money line. What do you think? Would you go Valks if you were a betting money line man?
Yeah, I mean, assuming Gabby plays, yeah.
Okay. What else? Stevens over 6.5 rebounds plus side and opportunities tonight. Take that play. He's coming in with the plays. He says Stevens over 6.5 boards. Okay. Stevens over 6.5 and Wheeler over 5.5. Got it, bruh. Let's see how it goes. Good luck. Starfall says I didn't streak it, but I do got a few slips with her. Oh, he's talking about Lacan fantasy. I know he is. He finds that value. And then let's see. We might be to the end. Do we like Wheeler's assists at 4.5? You like their assists at 5.5. So it all depends on your payout there and how you want to run your bets. But Cloud 4.5 assists. Don't take bumped lines. That's actually a good call. I would not want to take over 4.5. Shepard double is a lock. Okay, we're with that as well. Logan says Mabry 8.5 RA.
Wait, hold up. Did this change?
Uh-oh. What? What are you looking at?
Hold on. Oh, it's rebounds. I was like, wait. Sorry, my filters changed. I was like, why is Cloud at 3.5 assists? That didn't make any sense.
How many dab hits did you have?
Not enough. I'm not focused enough.
Okay, perfect answer.
Yeah, the Mabry RA, I'm totally with that.
Okay, cool. How do you feel about Cardoso over fantasy on Prizepicks at 33.5?
Yeah, we liked it. I believe Underdogs was a little bit higher. Yeah. Oh my God, way higher. They bumped it up twice since we've been on. This was just 35.5. What the hell?
Yeah, they're moving. It was weird. Last night on MPB, I was finding plays and they would move them, and I had them typed out, and I'd look back and they'd move them again. Like, stuff's been moving crazy last couple of days.
Here, I'm gonna put 20 on this just for fun, because that's a massive line difference between these two sites.
What's crazy. The other one again? 37.
Yeah, 37.5. Like, what?
Wow. Sick Track says, it seems like centers have had solid games versus Golden State. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. But I think he's meaning Olivia. So he's saying, what do you think about Olivia against Golden State? And it is true. Centers have been doing better than power forwards. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they have. The only thing is Edwards has been very mediocre to say the least. So I don't know if they're quite going to key in on her, or maybe just because they're gonna draw up a play or draw up their defense to shut down two players. We know Lacan's going to be one of them, and then who's the big going to be? I mean, Adota's been the one that's been kind of popping off lately, but now can Edwards soak up that usage? To be determined.
This might be that game where they just have Gabby rest because they don't think they need her. That's kind of what I'm thinking now, the more I think about this game. But who knows? That's thinking logical, and that never works in WNBA. Logan says, Lacan Fantasy 26 on PP. Yes, sir. And 29.5 or so on Underdog. And I will go over there and play that right when we get off. A walk to remember for all the money. Fadeaway music's on a walk today. So let's get it. Was that a movie reference?
Yes.
I knew it was. Jay Main says, yo, what up, gang? What's up, bro? Kevin Thomas says, is Maury the MPB play? Maury is one of them. Hey, you're starting to see my strategies. Yes, Maury under 18.5 outs is one, and I'll tell you the best one, but only in the Discord. Just kidding. Play Sam Long under 5.5 Ks on Prizepicks. Sam Long. Again, Sam Long under 5.5 Ks. Get it in. Thank me on Monday. Dorian says, Shepherd over 1.5 turnovers.
Yeah, I like that one. I noticed that earlier too. I think it's a goblin play, but payout, it was pretty reasonable earlier.
Alrighty. More Valks money lines. I see it though, guys. If the Valks lose tonight, I would wait for Gabby to be in because Gabby's a big part of that team. If you're gonna bet a money line, just a thought. Mary Townsend says, Hamby RA over or under.
I like the over rebounds for, honestly, both sides of the ball. Cardoso, Ezra, NECA, and Hamby, all for the bigs tonight in line for a great spot.
Frederick says Hamby 12 plus points, Cloud 4 plus assists. What you think?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Xavier says Sloot over 2.5 rebounds. Oh my gosh, Xavier. Why would you do that to your life? There's no way you're gonna
demon play.
There's no way you can cheer for little Garden Gnome Sloot to get 2.5 rebounds, bro. That sounds so hard to do. Like, go. I hope it bounces to her. Like, are you sure?
Is that a prop?
I don't know. But
yeah, I guess she's been rebounding. Interesting.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Pass.
T. Madden says Courtney Vandersloot 10 fantasy score first half.
She played her most minutes in the first half, if I'm not mistaken.
Last game she didn't play much, and she was out on that bike and stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if I could find myself laying any kind of lines for her, but
Skylar's not playing again. Skylar.
So 19 minutes. How many did she play full game? 17. Yeah. So very slightly more minutes in the first half.
That's tough, man. Sick Track says Gabby game time decision. Yes, sir. We're waiting on that news. Damien says Bueckers over 10.5 RA. What do you think?
Love the assist upside. Yeah, rebounds back and forth per game, but yeah, the assist should carry a lot today.
Khadijah says NECA over 3.5 3-pointers attempted, or is fantasy better for her? Or rebounds. Or rebounds. She even threw out rebounds. I think you might like her rebounds too.
Yeah. Rebounds for sure. You can talk me on that one.
Okay.
I think her 7 plus was like the best hit rating one that she had, or at least for like a reasonable payout.
We know Khadijah likes the alt rebounds too. That's probably
I got
perfect.
You, girl.
That's probably the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 6.5.
King Cal says, what's the play on Mabry? So if you had to play Mabry, and I'm assuming he's thinking over, I'd be the only crazy one to go under on Mabry today. I will, and I will love it. But he says, what's the play on Mabry?
God, that's so tough. Her fantasy honestly doesn't make any sense for how high her PRA line is. Like, I get it. It's all coming from points, but she could easily fall in some blocks and steals. Like, her PRA is at 29.5, and this is 33.5. She's got some RA in there. It's not like they're marking her down for 0.
Yeah, must be those turnovers from the last game.
Yeah, she gets a few of them. Don't get me wrong, that's going to happen, but still, she could easily just pick up as many steals off of either Enrique or Fudd.
True, and she's going to we know the minutes are going to be there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Either just ride out the straight up points. I mean, honestly, I don't know. 21.5 is a little bit up there, but 20 plus point line. And then I think the fantasy probably next best.
Okay. Mary Townsend said they don't have her RA lines on FanDuel, but on Underdog, 11.5 is last 5 red for Hamby. Mary Townsend, let me throw something out there for you. Last 5 is probably something to kind of reference, but you got to dive a little deeper just to feel a certain way. So yes, she may not have got their last 5, but how do you look at that, E, and then where do you go from there?
Yeah, well, I mean, so for example, the Indiana matchup is really, really bad one. I mean, you can see she did go off more so in this last game, but first time really struggled. And then the one against Seattle, I mean, the whole team played very bad. She didn't even play over 30 minutes. I believe NECA went crazy with rebounds. Yeah, she had 11 rebounds. This was that stinker game that we played Hamby and she missed out for us, but she will be picking up Cardoso quite a bit on the other side. I mean, we just saw Alyssa Thomas have, a fair outing with her rebounds. So potential is definitely there. I mean, Chicago has been one to bleed rebounds all season.
I'll just say this, Mary, if you're listening, if you see 5 red lines when you hit last 5, bookies are scammers, and they know most people are going to just look at the last 5 and make their play because that's what most people do. So they're probably putting the line just a tad lower just so that it shows 5 red lines or red bars. So most people are going to take the opposite of that, and that's how they're going to get money on that play today. Not saying it's going to go over or under, but just realize they know that there's 5 red bars also. There's a reason. And like you said, some of those other games, some of those were blowouts, different type matchups. So just got to look at those things as well. Just trying to throw out some knowledge because I see people saying that a lot. King Kels. Huh?
Real fast. I mean, I was going to say to that point, though, even though the rebounds do scare me. I mean, this is an unbelievably high line for her. Like, even without Plum, she's still struggling to hit this. So I do agree. I think this is a really, really good line. You're mostly just sweating out whatever the rebounds look like. Because her assister, I mean, this has been terrible all over the place with those woes that the team has.
That's made us a lot of money because they keep putting them too high. And one time she got us, but I think 3 or 4 times we got her at the under 3.5. So. Yeah, I mean, if you have an RA and you like the under, it's like you said, you're getting a little value because she probably won't get 3 assists, which is what they're putting her for. So, like I said, it's not the worst play in the world, but just realize why the red bars are there. It doesn't mean it's going to hit for sure. Okay, Dorian says NECA over 9, 2 points attempted. And King Kel says, no, I was looking at her under as well. Sorry, bro. Yeah, the under... Hamby RA, sorry, not over.
Yeah. No, I like it. Okay, Miss Agumake, I feel like her props are just unbelievably high every time we talk about her. That we have literally played her 0 times this season, and I've been so happy about that. Bookies, they just continue to drop all of her stuff. It's high every game. Like, I don't understand. It's never on a discount. The only thing that we slightly had to work with was the rebounds there for a little bit at 7.5, and that's pretty much dried up everywhere. Not even after consistent games. We had one really good game and then one okay game, and then they finally just ticked it right back up. So her props, I mean, for me, have just honestly been a fade, except for the 3-point attempts. I did like this one at 3.5. I think Prizepicks might have bumped that to 4 flat, but for her, it's hard to sleep on the 3-point attempts because she is doing so much more of that this season. We saw flashes of that last year, so she has that in her. And the same thing with the 2s. You might be doing yourself a little disservice there. 9 is on the higher side. I'd probably just take the straight up field goal attempts if I'm doing anything, honestly.
All right.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't get it. Her lines are just always high for no reason.
Yeah. People probably keep taking her overs. They're like, fuck it. Oh, Logan says, Fudd, 3 assists, ?
Fuddy Fud.
Big Fuddy.
This one I might pass on. I mean, we were just looking at all the different Dallas players. I mean, my goodness, I swear all 5 of them, whenever their assist line in this matchup. Great spot Only had 2 the first time. I'm looking for more of that scoring output, teeing off from 3 against them. That's what she did the best. That was her game of the season, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Or sorry, second best game of the season, hitting 5 threes. We need scoring. That's what this team needs right now. No more facilitating. We got too many playmakers on Dallas to begin with.
All right, we're to the end. Last one is Ty Band's Jessica Shepard. What about her? Sounds like people are on the double-double for her today, right? That's the number 1 play if you like her. Value-wise?
Yeah, double-double. All her individual stuff is just unbelievably juiced out of this world. If you want to play it, I get it. I mean, you're truly just playing a coin flip.
Robert Figueroa says, Wemby 5 years, 252 milli. Congratulations.
So, yeah, bro is getting paid, man.
Hey, $250 million? Sign here.
Real fast. Random news for tomorrow. Brianna Jones will be playing with this team very soon. She's getting back on the injury report. Yeah, she's been back for practice.
Wow.
But Angel Reese popped up midday today, questionable with the leg. If you didn't see it, she took a nasty spill last night and landed hard on her side. And then super random, Sarah Ashley Barker is a scratch for tomorrow. So not sure how that's going to affect this Portland team. They've been a hot mess to begin with, and I think probably just an easy fade here. This game might be a beatdown.
I have one under for you to look at real quick before we go. Charlize Ledger Walker under something.
Yeah, her PRA was a bit interesting. Her scoring, I think, is maybe something that could see a step forward tonight. Because, I mean, if we're assuming that Lacan is going to see a lot of resistance, somebody else is going to have to be shooting a lot more. She's been kind of that second option with all the players being banged up and out. So that does worry me. Her 3.5 assists felt a little bit high.
Nah, we'll pass. We'll pass. I heard enough. I just wanted to hear the cons there. I just looked at the line and I was like, with her, and I didn't look into it too much, so I used you. Thank you. I used you like AI. Here you go.
If you could find her, even her threes, this one also I think would be a look.
Okay. 98 likes, guys. We need 2 more for 100, and we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like for us, and we are going to get out of here, but we're going to say this one last time. Geneva said the name right this time. Yes, let's go. She says, Gabby's starting to play like Enrique last games. Uh-oh, Gabby's playing like Enrique, she says. What do you think about that?
All 5 of the starters for Golden State, same thing. There's nobody with secure minutes.
She said, She said definitely under on Gabby. She can't be trusted in caps. I love it. Now, will I play it? No, but I can see it happening. Sick Track says Sydney Taylor, 6.5 3-pointers attempted, and we're out of here. E, what do you think about Sydney Taylor's 3-point attempted? And we're at 101 likes. You guys are dope.
Great spot. Sparks are giving up the second most threes over the last month, or 3-point attempts.
All right, let's get out of here.
Stay out of foul trouble. All right, y'all. It's been a great week. We'll be back on Monday for streaming as usual. Catch us in the Discord. Got links in that down below. Good luck tonight, fam. Hopefully we see you at the cash counter. We'll catch you later, all right? Peace.
Just cash.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! Hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! Hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! Hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks!
Well, I've had enough.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! All I can, man, I had enough!